Okay, so we're gonna do this activity called the black blocks activity. And in it, as we can see, it's gonna help us with our definitions and descriptions of those vocab words that we've been talking about. Temperature, thermal energy, heat. We wanna think about it at the atomic level, okay? So in a moment, you're going to get black blocks, 2 of them. And your job is gonna be to observe them. Think about what's going on and think about predictions and hypotheses related to them. And so we're gonna have a data table that we're filling in, and we're gonna kind of go step by step together to sort of see where our thinking's going about these black blocks and this vocabulary words, okay? So our first step is that I'm gonna hand them out and you're gonna say, are they identical or not? How do you know? And we're gonna write down observations.
This one might be.
A is wood, B is like either metal or tile, I think.
That's definitely metal.
This one's like glossier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a shine, matte. And also
And like you can see the green.
Mm-hmm. Like they make different noises. Okay, so as I'm going around, I'm seeing that people are writing down some differences. Can we hear from a couple of tables things that we observed?
B is heavier than block A.
Okay, so when we pick them up, one feels heavier or lighter. So we might have some differences in density between A and B. What else?
B is colder.
Okay, so when we touch, we feel that seems like B feels colder. Did we say that the temperature is different? Yeah, okay. Does that mean that we can feel temperature? When we touch something, we feel temperature? Okay, so what do you think would happen if we put ice on these blocks? You're going to write a hypothesis. Do you see in your data table there's an if-then statement? That's your claim, right? Remember, we're practicing claims with evidence and reasoning today. Then just discuss, why do you think that's true?
If ice is placed on blocks A and B, then the ice will melt quicker on block A, and then on block B, it will melt slower.
So what are we thinking about? Which one's gonna melt faster?
It's gonna melt faster on A.
Okay, so we disagree, which is fine, totally fine, okay? So we have some disagreements. Okay, what do we think?
Yeah, it makes sense because this one's like not as cold as this.
Okay, so you think A is gonna go faster now, you're changing your mind? Okay, so based on the temperatures, that's what you're saying. And so what do we think? Do we make our predictions for our temperatures yet, or we're still thinking?
Well, I think block A is about room temperature.
Okay, so we think block A is the same, about 20. Okay, and then block B, we're gonna put is cooler. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the temperature of both blocks. Please make sure you're not doing it of a place that you've touched, because what do we know? We produce heat, so can we alter something's temperature? Yeah.
24.7. So this one is... What?
What does this mean? Do you want to revise your hypothesis?
Oh, is it gonna be like the same? It's gonna melt at the same time?
Are the temperatures actually really different? No, not really. Okay, so are we actually feeling temperature when we touch something? No, we aren't. And so our next step is we're actually gonna add the ice to the blocks and see what happens.
3, 2, 1.
See?
OMG, look.
Yeah, look at that one.
That must
Luckily, we
mean
put
that
that one for the water.
This is why some coasters are made out of wood.
it's taking a swim.
Right, we learned about water tension first unit.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. That was really fast.
I knew it.
It like makes sense, but I'm trying to understand
I think
why
it's
it
the
makes
surface.
sense.
Because it's metal. That's
I think like the surface makes it more like prone to melting.
Cause like now I'm thinking about like why styrofoam is used with dry ice, cause it's kind of like wood.
Yeah, it's like porous.
So we're thinking about, again, what this is made of and does it still make sense with what you picked, and then connecting it back to our rankings. Yeah, and we see like bubbles over here too, huh?
I had fun because it was right the first time.
I know it was. Okay, so we're working on the analysis and conclusion questions now, y'all.
So it's like how metal is like better at conducting electricity. It's kind of the same thing. It's like a better conductor. So it can transfer energy better. So it transfers all of its heat to the ice cube better than wood. So that's probably why this felt cold.
So can you think about anything about the atoms or molecules in this block, right? Because I ultimately want to be able to describe these things at that level.
How do we think the atoms are moving? Because I remember like in the beginning
Slowly.
we looked at like different, like the different bonds and how they moved.
Because like the collision rates of it, because of how compact it is.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
More collisions. Because like
So
this
it's
is
hotter
less. Oh.
than it.
Oh, because also it didn't say less space makes more collisions because there's less space to move. Oh, okay.
See? Oh yeah, that's good.
The ice melted faster on the metal because
Which increased the rate of reactions, which increases
the heat.
Okay, so as I'm walking around, I'm seeing that we've got a lot of observations. We've got our temperatures recorded. We've got ideas around why do we think on block B the ice is melting faster.